Okay, we on. Ring Ropes and Turnbuckle Podcast coming up next. We interview Travis 3000. Let's get it. Coming up next.
Following podcast scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, they are the Internet Podcast.
Yeah, we are back again. Podcast champions of the world. The insightful S. Scott Bars Wrestling Media and the dynamic Salute Darkwing Dub. Special guest Travis 3000. Let's give that a round of applause. Yeah. Let's give it some horns too. Yeah. So I'm gonna let Dub start off first. Let's get this thing going. Let's not waste any time. We gotta talk that talk. Let's get it.
Hey, first off, at least it's not Alabama. I'll give that to you. At least it's not
At least it's not Alabama. I respect Texas. I don't like Alabama. I respect Texas.
See, that we can agree on. Oh, okay. I hear him.
It's something in the wind. It'll go away. There's a little. It'll roll away.
Eventually. So,
Yeah.
were you born and raised in Atlanta?
Yes, I'm born and raised in. Yeah, I'll say Atlanta, depending on where I am, but Decatur, Georgia, which is about 20 minutes east. But yeah,
How was
depending
it?
on where I am, I'll say Atlanta.
Most people from the South, I'm from the South, they know about Decatur and Atlanta and so on and so
Yeah.
forth. How was it growing up in that area?
Oh, it was good. Very diverse where I grew up in, specifically it's the area of Clarkston. Where it's a lot of different races and backgrounds, really all over where I grew up in DeKalb County. It's very diverse.
So, is inner city Atlanta as bad as they say it is?
Traffic, yes, all of it is. It's a lot going. It's not even just traffic, but it's just a mixture of traffic on top of people walking everywhere. Lately, for the past few years, there's been a lot of outsiders moving in, out of towners moving in, so that's clogging literally everything up. So it feels like we're all on top of each other at times, but I mean, we make it work.
Bro, tell me what is up with that airport. That is probably the biggest airport I've ever been in.
It's
And
big,
they're
but
always
it's like,
busy.
but big problems come with it. Yeah, big problems come with it. I think last time I was there, I was coming back from, I want to say Indianapolis, either Indianapolis or Las Vegas, and the power was out in the whole airport. So we had to wait. The carousels were off, so we had to wait for somebody to manually bring the bags from the plane inside the airport to baggage claim, and it was a whole mess.
Crazy work. So, a lot of the wrestlers that we talked to, they got into wrestling based off them playing sports in, elementary, middle school, or high school and stuff like that. Do you have any sports background?
So I played football for a year, my 10th grade year. However, after that, due to my grades, I wasn't eligible, so I had to stop doing that. I tried to join the wrestling team my freshman year, but this was before I had even touched a weight. Um, Honestly, I was scared because I was one of the smaller guys. I went to a few practices, but after that, I was like, nah, I don't want to go back because they might kill me. But eventually, I did try to end up going back. But like I was saying, because I was ineligible, I couldn't get back on the wrestling team. That's really my only regret about high school.
So talk to us a little bit about how and when you actually decided to take up pro wrestling.
So it goes. So according to my mother, we were at church. I come from a church family. We were at church, and all the kids are going around in a circle, saying, I want to be a president when I grow up. I want to be on the moon, stuff like that. And she said that I wanted to be a wrestler. She said that I said that I wanted to be a wrestler. And she was amazed because out of all that group of children, it was her 3-year-old son that said he wanted to be a wrestler. So from that, I got locked on. I have a couple first memories. The first one is I was snooping around in my brother's room, one of my older brother's room, and he had a Rock VHS tape. I know that sounds ancient, and that makes me sound old, but he had a Rock VHS tape, and I'm just snooping around, so I put the tape in, and I see this man raising his eyebrow, and I'm like, what stuck with me about that is like, how is this one person making all these people go bonkers, screaming, "Ah, we love you." They got signs with his eyebrow on it, all that stuff. I had a similar situation with Stone Cold when he came back as the Raw GM. Same thing. How is this one person making all these people jump, scream, shout, cry, fall out, take their shirts off, screaming, "Ah!" So it's like things like that. That's what locked me in to say, to be interested in the face. You know what? I like this. And then as I got older, I started thinking, maybe I can do this. And then I didn't end up starting until 2020, coincidentally, right before the pandemic. So I had to shut. And I think I went for 2 weeks and everything had to shut down.
Yeah, that was crazy times we was in, man. Unfortunately, I still
I
had to
hated
work
it.
during that, all that, and ended up catching it. But that's neither here nor there.
Hey,
Other
look
than
at you
the
now.
Rock and yeah, right, right. Other than the Rock and Stone Cold, is there any wrestlers that really stood out to you to also push you to that point of saying I can actually do this?
Um, Rey Mysterio was another one I discovered young. I think I got sent upstairs to my room because it might be a Friday night. My dad said, you can go upstairs. Them and my brothers are watching like a PG-13 movie downstairs. So he said, you go upstairs, play your game, watch TV, whatever. Just don't be loud. I said, okay. I go upstairs and I'm clicking through the channel, and it's in that part of the match where Rey Mysterio is really starting to like fly around a lot. And that was another moment that made me stop and was like, whoa, what are you doing? That looks cool. And then it's like every night after that, I was flicking the TV channel at that around that same time to see when it came on again. So it's like things like that. And then seeing people my size, like Kevin Owens is a big inspiration for me. Bray Wyatt. I liked him back all the way back when he was Husky Harris. So seeing the big
Hmm.
dudes like that move around, and a lot of that really, even though by that time I knew that I wanted to wrestle, it gave me more confidence because I was seeing people more my size and more my stature do all these amazing things.
I know that's right. And rest in peace, Bray Wyatt. He was also one of my favorites. I'm a little older than you, and then my co-host right there, he's a lot older than you, but
This guy,
everybody.
man, yo, shots fired, man. This guy, man.
Bang, bang, bang. I thought y'all was boys. The evil laugh.
Shots fired, man. Yo.
Hey, yeah. You can ask him. I'm always getting on to him. He's literally like a few years older than me, but I'm always getting on to him.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
What
it's
are
all
friends for?
good. Yeah, it's all
Right,
good.
right.
It's all good. You know. Hey, man, if you can't joke with your friends, then you know what I mean. Then it's boring. Gotta be able to have a little bit of fun. Gotta be able to have a little
Right.
fun. Hey, so this is my question. Travis 3000. What inspired
Yes,
that
sir.
name?
So I'll go from back to front to make it easier. 3000, of course, Andre. I'm a big Outkast fan.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my big cousins introduced me to that whole group when I was younger. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Travis Part. So my full government name, hopefully this doesn't backfire me calling this out, but my full government name is Garrett Paul Allen Finley.
Mm-hmm.
So another church situation. After the first time I'm born, my first time going to church, My mom's taking me to church, and my grandmother is introducing me to all her friends as her newest grandson, Travis.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, my mom is livid because Travis is nowhere near any four of my names. But it became a family running joke. So it's like everybody calls me Travis. My aunts call me Travis. Cousins call me Travis. So it was one of those things where it's like, and unfortunately, she passed in 2016. So
Oh, okay.
I feel like
Rest in peace.
that was a good way for me to acknowledge R.I.P. Love you,
Mm-hmm.
Grandma. That was a good way for me to acknowledge her by
Mm-hmm.
going by Travis. So then I, like I said, put the two together. It's one of the things where it's like I'm filtering names before I start wrestling. I was almost Travis Hendricks. I almost used my real last name, Travis Finley, but I felt like 3000 stuck. And
Mm-hmm.
it's something that everybody knows Outkast.
Mm-hmm.
So it's something that stuck with me and something that I can take and represent home wherever I have the opportunity to go around the world or around the States for right now until I go international.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Like I like the fact that your in ring name has has a background story because sometimes people just have random in ring names. They really don't know where they're going with it, but you actually have
Yeah,
a connection and a background story to your in ring name, which I think is pretty cool. You know, also it's paying homage to your late grandmother. You know, rest in peace. You know, I can definitely sympathize with that because I have like a tattoo that is dedicated to my family and the country and stuff like that. So I get it, you know. I get it, you know. I really wish a lot of people that come up with their names and their in ring personas they have a background story, but some don't. You know, they just kind of like
yeah.
find their way along the lines. So yeah, I get it, man. I get it. Um,
Just randomly name themselves Billy Bob or just because they like the name Billy Bob. No, no juice to it. No stank on it.
yeah, nothing. Yeah, exactly, exactly. So, who was your most challenging opponent in 2025?
Ooh, I feel like I just got done wrestling him. Guy named the Warden. Big
Okay.
seven. If he's not 7 feet, he's very close to it.
Oh wow.
If he's not 300, he's very close to it. But cool dude outside the ring, but he's not. He's one of those guys that just no matter how much I try to protect myself, when he slams you on the mat, it's gonna hurt. I can't. I
Wow.
can't. I can't make the landing softer. It's gonna hurt just because it's a big dude.
Mm-hmm. Wow. That's and so.
I will also have to.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Go
I will
ahead.
also have to add Alex Kane to that list. I wrestled him prior to this show.
Oh, okay. Yo, shout out to Alex Kane. We spoke to Alex Kane on a few occasions. He's been on the show. He's been on the show before on Barnes Wrestling Media. So yeah, are we familiar with Alex Kane? Yeah. So
He actually
that
just put me into the Boomerang Fight Club after our match. I didn't know, I had no clue what was happening. But afterwards, he said, I got that dog in me, so now I can roll with the Boomerang. So now I'm with the Boomerang.
Oh yeah, man. Boombaye Fight Club is pretty deep, man. So y'all got Kane,
Yes, sir.
got you, O'Shea Edwards is in there. Who else? There's a few other guys in there too, man. So you in a
Joe
pretty
Black is in it.
yeah, you in a pretty elite class of suplex monsters. I that was going to be my next question. Like where in the suplex trajectory do you put yourself? Because like all them dudes are suplex monsters. Kane, you know what I mean? Yourself now. So my next question is: Kane does suplexes. Kurt Angle does
hmm
suplexes. Of course,
hmm
yourself. So where would you put yourself? Because uh, if you really want to go back, the godfather of suplexes is Taz. Taz was like
Yes.
one of the first guys that was making the whole suplex thing popular. So out of those names that I mentioned, where would you put yourself as far as suplexes?
Ooh, I gotta rank myself with them. Oh, that's tough. Uh, that's a good question. I would like to think What's crazy is if you were to ask Alex, he'd say, wherever I am, I'm just under him. Um, that's a hard question. I don't know if I can answer that one. Because I have so much respect because Taz and Kurt Angle, when I learned about them, they made me think about, dang, I wish I could have wrestled like this in high school. Um, I don't know if I can answer. That's a good question. But you know what? Just because I respect all of them, it's all of them and then me.
Okay, that's a good answer. That's a good answer. Most people would have said, "Well, I got." He said, "Oh, go. What you gonna say, Doug?"
You ain't got to be humble on here. You can put yourself at one if you want to.
Come on. Trying to be a humble guy. Come on. Don't do that to me. You're not lying, though.
See?
Yeah, go ahead,
I'll put
Doug.
myself at number one there.
Yeah, man. Ain't no reason to be humble on here, bro. Hey, talk your talk.
Yeah. Yeah, one thing about us over here is that you're allowed to be free and talk your ish. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to stick your chest out and be like, well, I think it's me on there. Like I know these guys are like the mentors of it, but it's cool. It's cool. I'm pretty sure they will understand. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure they will understand.
Hmm.
So yeah, go ahead,
I
Doug.
mean, I feel like I'm in the conversation.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of people that do the suplexes, those were just a few guys that I just named off the top of my head, but there's more people that specialize in suplexing for sure. Yeah. But go ahead, Doug. I
Absolutely.
know you got some questions. Go ahead.
So, talking about suplexes, you know how Brock Lesnar has Suplex City. What would you call yours?
So the thing is that 3,003 stacks. My thing is that I suplex you once, that's one stack. I suplex you the second time, that's the second stack. Suplex you the third time, that's the third stack. So I call mine
I
stacks. I'm
like that.
stacking them up.
I like that. And you keep it in Atlanta. I like that.
Yeah.
Eh?
Yeah.
That all makes sense?
Yeah.
So, have you wrestled in Ashe yet?
Not yet, but I want to. I've made the trip up there, just to enjoy the show, introduce myself to people. But mainly just to enjoy the show. And everybody I met up there was cool. I met Darius, he's cool. Got to meet a lot of the people. Caprice Coleman, he's cool. Got to play Uno with why can I think of the team's name? Culture Inc. I got to play Uno with them before the show. We were all just chilling before everything started, having some fun.
Hmm.
We recently, as a matter of fact, this past Tuesday, we had frontman Ja on the show,
Hmm.
Hmm.
and he was cutting promos almost the entire show,
Hmm.
and it was my fault. I was antagonizing. It was my fault. Um,
Mm.
so
Definitely was.
yes. If we could hear you cut a promo on your fiercest rival, can we hear that right here, right now?
I mean, do I need to cut a promo? I've already beat him. So it's like, what more do I have to give to the guy? Because what he's going to do, piss me off, I give him another suplex, 1, 2, 3 again. Keep pissing me off, another suplex till I get. I'm a 35 suplex machine. I just suplex until I get tired. We don't need to bring that guy up, man. We don't. He can stay where he's at. We don't need to bring that guy up, man.
He said we don't need to bring you up no more. He said
You know,
he said we
I'll take
laughing.
another win.
He
talk
said we
talk to us a little bit about Naptown Pro Wrestling. I've heard a lot about it. I haven't been able to catch a show though.
So there's a guy out there named Cameron Canyon, and he lives in Indianapolis now, but he used to live down in Georgia. He used to live down in Georgia, and so when he went up there, he was, introduced to everybody and someone that we both know up there. So Cav to ask me, can I come up there to Indianapolis? So he came down to Atlanta one trip and said they've been asking about you. I said okay. Next chance I got, I go up to a flight to Indianapolis, meet J Rose, meet everybody up there, and they're really cool people. They really rock with me, and I rock with them. And it's one of those things where I just like got to keep going. But everything is repetition. And you build repetition, keep going back, you keep trying. And since then, I've been going for I want to say almost 2 years now. I've been going making that trip to Indianapolis. Biggest matchup there I had was Calvin Tankman. I fought him, and I never really thought I'd be standing across the ring from him that early, but it was fun. Did I die? A little bit, but still alive to tell the story.
Yo,
Like I almost got there, but thank God I survived.
yo, it's crazy because like, who did we speak? Oh yeah, we spoke to Odyssey on Monday, and Odyssey told us a story about Omos and how Omos hits so hard as far as his like punch, and he got so much of a reach. So how hard did Calvin Tankman hit you? Since you said you almost unalived yourself, how hard did he hit you?
So there was a couple of moments. Another first one was I'm on the middle rope as I'm jumping off. He's gonna give me a spinning back elbow, and it's like I was turned just a little bit too much to the right. But the thing is, like, he's not holding back. Like when he sends it, whether it be an elbow or fist, lariat, whatever it is, he's sending it full force. So it's like that, boom, and it's like I drop, but at the same time it's like, all right, oh, we're live. Oh, I'm in a match. All right, here we go. We're still going. And then a lot of the times during that match, he gave me a lot of clubs to the back that really like made me question my life choices. Like, why am I doing this? Why am I in the ring right now? I could be at home in Georgia, laying down in my bed, but I'm getting clubbed in my back by Calvin Tankman. This hurts. I'm in pain. It's like, but I still had to push through just because that's an important match. Calvin Tankman is somebody that I have a lot of respect for. I've been watching for a minute, and he's one of those dream opponent guys that you dream to be in the ring with.
Nah, Calvin
So
Tankman
what you're
is
saying
no
is
joke.
that his last name matches everything. Tankman, it matches. It fits.
He is 1,000% a tank man.
Yeah, Calvin Tankman is no joke. That dude. I remember my first time witnessing Calvin Tankman was in MLW, and I was like, this guy is every bit of devastating. I ain't never seen like he's one of those guys that for his size he moves so effortlessly. Like and
Yeah.
I think, and now what you're seeing in pro wrestling, that's kind of like my one of my other questions I want to ask you. Within pro wrestling right now, the evolution of a big man, as far as how they move, how athletic they are, not really how big they are, because even the biggest of guys are doing some amazing moves.
Right.
What would you say is your most athletic accomplishment as far as like in the ring? Because even though you're shorter, you might be shorter than the average, big guy. You're not a small guy yourself, so you have to have some sort of movements as far as in-ring agility. So, what would you say that your most athletic move that you have done thus far that nobody expected you to do?
I'm not gonna lie. I can do a pretty good I know it. Okay, it's a cartwheel, but it's a really good cartwheel. I can also do I just recently learned how to do hurricane runners too.
Oh
So
yeah.
it's like those are moments where I feel like, oh my goodness, I'm off the ground. All right, but I gotta protect myself so I don't clang my head on the ring or wherever I'm hitting the runner off of. But I'm trying to get into that space to be even more athletic. Like Kevin Owens and Bray Wyatt were two of my biggest inspiration of trying to be a big boy that moves.
Yeah, I
So,
remember seeing Kevin Owens. Have you ever seen the one Kevin Owens move where where he's on the first, when he's on the like very first ring rope, and he jumps up to the last ring rope, and then he does the does the Hurricane Rana. Have you seen him do that?
Yeah, like moves like that. And even the one where he's sitting on the middle and he jumps up and hits a moonsault. Every time, even though I know it's coming, every time I'm like, what in the? Well, I almost said a bad word. What in the blank? How is
Yeah,
he able to do that?
yeah. I remember seeing him do that in Ring of Honor. I said, yo, this dude got to be every bit of 290. How is he jumping up to the last ring rope and then doing the hurt? I was like, I could not believe it. Dude got some hops. I was almost saying that he might be in the wrong sport. Maybe he need to be hooping because that's one of those box. That's like a 44 inch leap, box jump.
Yeah,
That's like a 44-inch
that is
leap.
up there.
Yeah, so for him to do that at his size, and he's not the only one. I've seen LA Knight do the same thing once or twice,
Hmm.
and there's few other guys that I've seen that do that too. So that's amazing. Yeah. Go ahead, Doug. You're muted.
What are your 5 to 10 year goals?
5 to 10. So, one, and that I'm really trying to lock in is I want to go out of the country for the first time. Um, and in no particular order, I'll say out of the country. Um, I've kind of made my TV debut yet, not really. I was just a background I was just an extra at Bad Blood when they were here in Atlanta, when WWE was here in Atlanta. Um, but actually being in the ring physically wrestling on either TV or someone's widely known YouTube stream. Um, I have yet to win my first singles championship, so that's up there. Is that three? Mm. And then if I want to get specific, I would really love to go to UK and Japan.
It's funny as you say Japan because I think just about every wrestler that we've talked to thus far has either spent time over in Japan or is spending time in Japan, and they absolutely love it.
I hope
Absolutely
that's
love
a.
it. I think
I hope that's
Odyssey.
a.
Yeah, we talked to
You know,
Odyssey
just
on
saying. I hope
Monday, and
that's
he
some good.
said he doesn't know if he wants to come back.
Yeah, he definitely said
Yeah, I
that.
see a lot of people have fun over there, and I really want to. That's a big experience. I hope I get to experience.
So, what draws you to the UK and Japan the most?
So because I know I mentioned earlier about me trying out for the wrestling team when I was younger, but that style of wrestling, that grapple style, I've always been a fan of it. Like when the Olympics came on, I would always watch it whenever I got the chance if I could catch it when it was on. So that groundwork style, the technical style, that's really what draws me to the UK. Even though they do it also in Japan, but Japan is more so it's more so of the hard hitting that I want to learn, or that I want to, because
Hmm.
I know they hit hard over there. Even on telling on TV, they be smoking each other. So like that's really what one of the caused me to want to go to Japan.
We need to try to bars. We need to try to get him in touch with Odyssey. Maybe
Yeah,
Odyssey can pull some strings to help him get over there.
yeah, man. There's a lot of wrestlers that we have spoken to in the past that they're doing well in Japan and have done well in Japan, but they're back in the States. You should link up with them. You know what I mean? Like, and possibly try to see if you can conduct some way of you getting a chance up there. You know what I mean? Like, network, man.
Absolutely.
Network.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you said you were kind of like a background worker for WWE in for Bad Blood. Uh, is that a place that you could see yourself wrestling?
So I feel like because I was there, because that opportunity came up, I feel like that was a preview of like, all right, I needed to. I can dream about it all day, but I need to physically see like what backstage looks like, what Gorilla looks like, what's going through these superstars' head as they're real life backstage, going over their stuff or whatever the case may be. It was intimidating because it's like, oh my god, like when we walked through the security to go into the arena, Triple H was like in walking distance from me. I'm like, oh my god, that's Triple H over there. Oh my god, that's CM Punk right there. Seeing all these people that I see every week on TV in person for the first time, I felt like that's where I needed to be to preview of the place that I want to get to.
Did you get to meet any of them?
Because we were in the suite, once we got to where we were shooting the scene at, yes. However, like I said, backstage, it was before they took us to where we were going, it was very intimidating because I felt like if I even sneezed the wrong way, get him out of here. He's got to go. Ban take his picture, ban him. He's never coming back. So it's like I was really like hands in my pocket, being respectful. I'll nod if somebody nodded at me, but other than that, I'm not looking at nobody because I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to give off the wrong signal. I know that's not what would have happened, but I just felt like, okay, let me get myself together. Let me calm down. I know they're right there, but let me chill.
Would you? I'm gonna assume I know the answer to this question. But would you be okay starting with NXT if that was offered to you?
Absolutely. As long as I get in the door, I'm cool.
What about an AEW?
Same thing over there. Whatever opportunity comes first, I won't be upset at either one. Like I said, it's the foot in the door. It's an opportunity. First impression is lasting impression. So hopefully, that first day there, I do what I need to do, impress the right people, and progress and go from there in whichever company.
I know that's right. Do you have any dream opponents in either brand?
So he's not. I know he's not signed to them, or I think he's a free agent still. But Jonathan Gresham is a big dream opponent for me. Jonathan Gresham, I would like to face Alex Payne again, but this time on MLW. But as far as who's over there already, I would really like to work with Chad Gable. Chad Gable's a big favorite of mine. I feel like I could really learn a lot from him.
Chad Gabriel is
Talking
another
about
suplex guy. Yeah, he's another suplex guy. Yep.
Yes.
I would like to see your suplex versus his power, and that would be Oba Femi.
So I'm being interrupted by my gang member. Take my the Bluetooth off. Hello. What's up, bro?
What's good with you?
going
What's
on?
good? What's good with you?
Gang member Jay Tyler, 1/4 of the Fade Area Militia.
Okay. Okay.
He is
I
the
just
king of
saw
Fade.
I
He
just
just got
saw a
there wrestling
video of
along with
him on your.
Eddie Hendricks, who's another one of our guys. DJ Bruner, another one of our guys who've been tagging for, I want to say 3 years now. Yeah. About 3 years now.
I just saw a video of him on your Instagram right before we started too. Hey, tell him we'll be in touch.
You say that one more time.
Tell your tag team partner we'll be in touch.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yes. Oh yeah, we'll exchange information.
Cool.
No, but what I was saying is I would like to see your suplex versus Oba Femi's power.
I think it signals.
Far a ring, how far I can throw Obafemi across the ring.
What's good?
Yet another gang member that just got done wrestling.
What's good? What's going on with
Eddie
you?
Hendricks. He's another suplexer.
Yeah, flex on him.
Foot to ass. Can we say that here?
He said he put foot to ass.
We say that here? Okay, good. All right.
They said we can be chill here. They said we can be cool here. So
All right, cool. Chill. Ravens gonna win that Super Bowl. All right, I'm out.
He said the Ravens are winning the
Bird
Super Bowl.
game.
The Falcons are doing it, actually. But to go back to y'all's question. Over Femi, I would love to wrestle him. He's another dream opponent of mine.
Oh, real quick. Did you really just say the Falcons?
He said the Falcons. Yes, he did.
They got to beat the Buccaneers first.
He definitely said the Falcons.
All I'm going to say is, I feel like the problem's been taken care of. We're interviewing people, so hopefully we have somebody by Sunday. But, it's just week one. It's just week one. People lose games every week. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
I'm with your boy, Ravens gang over here.
I mean, I like Lamar Jackson. I respect Lamar Jackson. However, I would like for my team to do it.
I think Michael Penix has a very, very, very bright future. Him with Bijan Robinson, Texas boy, Bijan Robinson. I think the future is very bright for them. Absolutely.
Yeah, I feel like we're in the right. We're going in the right direction. We just gotta. Darnell will be back. Drake is back healthy, so they'll both be back Sunday night. I had the same feeling about the Eagles last year. However, we ended up beating them. So, who's to say?
Nobody. To be fair, nobody beat the Eagles.
We did. We do.
Talk your talk. Did. Talk your talk.
Jesse Bates interception to seal it. We did.
Talk your talk, bruh.
Rise up.
But you said Obafemi is another dream opponent for you?
Absolutely. Obafemi, just another big dominant. It's another positive black role model to see, winning all these championships and dominating, being the ruler that he is.
Yeah.
Him. You got Trick Williams. You got them two running things in NXT and TNA because he is the TNA champion.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you also got Javon Evans.
Javon, yeah, he's another good one. I would love to somehow catch him out midair, suplex him.
Ooh, that would be nasty.
Mm-hmm. Write that down. I said it. Remember it.
That would be
when it hopefully happens on NXT at some point.
Yeah, well, hey, you already put it into the universe, so it definitely could happen. Never say never. It definitely could happen. You already put it into the universe, so it's there.
Absolutely.
It's there now.
Man, if you could outline what success looks like to you, how would that look?
Not having to go to work the next day. I feel like that's.
I know that's right.
Once I get to that point, I feel like that's when that biggest sigh of relief comes, where I'm coming home late from a show, and I get in my house and I realize that I don't gotta pick up my badge and go to my real job in the morning. Because wrestling will have been paying for everything that I need in my everyday life. I don't have to get up and go clock in the next morning.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's happened earlier this week. We were in Huntsville, Alabama, and I didn't fully get back home clean, de-roaded and all that. I didn't get fully set up in my bed until about 5.
Because NXT kicks off with Javon Evans interrupting the intro.
So sorry. That was me. I was trying to send something. I'm trying to send a link over to other people so they could watch. So that was me, my fault. Go ahead, man.
Oh, it's all good. But yeah, that's what success, that'll be my first step of realizing, all right, we're making giant progress is when I don't have to go to work the next morning.
Yeah, I think everybody wishes for that. When they don't gotta go to work the next morning and when they ain't gotta do nothing, but just go to something that they love to do for the rest of their life. That's everybody's dream. I'll tell you that right now. My dream was always art or music or even this. Like, if I could just have this and this is all I do all day and get everything done, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm with it.
Yeah, if I could just eat, sleep, go to the gym, eat right, and then go wrestle later in the day or early the next morning.
Right.
And then just go back home and just rest until I have to repeat that cycle again.
Yeah.
That's the life.
Yeah, I agree with you 110%. I agree with you. So, I got a question. So, and I don't know if Dub asked this already, but what specific goals do you have for the rest of 2025 in and out of the ring?
So, I'm really just want to finish strong. I'm making my California debut Sunday. I'm making my California debut Sunday, so I really want to make a strong outing there. Just continuing dominating, just trying to wrap up this year and then look forward to being better the next year.
That's what's up. And I got this question for you. State your business in 2025. What is your business right now in 2025? TV debut. Yeah, that's a big one right there. I think every wrestler needs that TV debut. You know what I mean? No matter what promotion they go for. So let me ask you this: So you never debuted on TV as of yet?
I have not. Like I said, the only time I've been on either WWE or AEW programming was like I said, Bad Blood, when they were doing the scene where it was Naomi, Jade, and Bianca, and we were in the background. In their club scene, and we were just in there quote unquote partying with them. That was the only time I've ever been a part of WWE TV.
Oh wow. So is there like video where we could possibly like, oh yeah, there go Travis right there. Were you in the vicinity of any cameras or anything like that?
Yes, I was. If you go back and watch Bad Blood, during that club scene, I'm in between Bianca and Jade, but we're on the other side of a counter, but I'm I'm behind them.
That's what's up.
I'm wearing a blue Travis jacket. I had just cut my dreads off too.
Oh, okay. That's what's up. So, all right. So, speaking of WWE, I'm going to ask you a few WWE and AEW questions. So, with this one, with WWE now on Netflix and other promotions like AEW and TNA gaining traction, what do you think is the biggest change in the business this year?
So I feel like both sides are benefiting from a lot of production increase. Like I feel like since Netflix has been on Raw, the production has been a little bit bigger. I like the bigger stages that the bigger physical stage that WWE has. I'm a big sucker for those. And then they can get away with a lot more while they're on Netflix. Same with AEW and HBO Max. Some of their big nights for superstars returning, you can tell it's been improved because they're with this production. They're with HBO Max. They're with Netflix. So they have all these writers that have been producing and doing all these TV shows. They get that same energy.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, I do like. I think what's going on right now as far as the Netflix and the streaming services is okay, but I do wish like the prices were a little bit more reasonable. I feel like the only one that's affordable at this point in time is probably the Netflix one, But I'm
Yeah.
almost 100% sure going into 2026, they probably going to increase the prices on Netflix with WWE just for the simple fact that Netflix is doing a lot more than just showing wrestling. So
Right.
I definitely could see that. I definitely could see that coming pretty soon.
Especially since Netflix is adding in boxing and stuff like that. So
Right.
they are most definitely going to raise their prices.
Yeah. I
Yeah, and
definitely
then
think
with
so.
them moving to ESPN Plus, I feel like that's gonna take it up even another notch.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. Because we know ESPN has, well, Disney has the money to pour into whatever they
Hmm.
want WWE to pour into.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we have seen, we talked about it with NXT, where, with Trick Williams and Obafemi and Javon Evans, and then you got Carmelo Hayes and so on and so forth. And then the women, you got Bianca, you got Mercedes, you got, Naomi, you got Nia Jax and Jade, and so on and so forth. What is how do you feel about the black representation within these wrestling companies right now?
I love it. There wasn't a lot of it when I was coming up. When I was coming up, it was you had Mark Henry, you had Shelton Benjamin, you had Bobby Lashley. Um, it was See, off the bat, I can't even like think of anymore because when I was growing up, I didn't catch a lot of the indies. I was strictly WWE because that's all I just genuinely knew about. So
Mm-hmm.
I would have those moments where I'm like, where are all the other people that look like me? And there weren't a lot of them, but now it's you got like you said, you got Bianca, you got Street Profits, even over in AEW, you got Powerhouse Hobbs, AR Fox. Shout out to my trainer. Um, Heart Syndicate's over there. Like it's all around. It's good for the brand.
Did you just say that Powerhouse Hobbs trained you?
No, AR Fox.
AR Fox,
AR
yeah.
Fox. Okay, okay, okay. So
Yeah.
talk to us a little bit about
Down
your
here in
training.
Atlanta. Yeah, I trained down here in Atlanta at the WWA 4, trained by the highest player in the game, AR Fox. It's interesting because of our moveset. So of course he's a high flyer. He does 450s. He does 630s or not 630s, but swantons and all this high flying stuff. And then you have me who's coming in trying to do suplexes. And it's not that he couldn't teach me because he has, but it's him having to break away from his moveset to teach me moves that he can do, but that's just not his style. And then also me being the size that I am, him teaching me how to training me to move fast. I feel like that's really where some of my speed comes into place because I'm working with he's an athlete, he's a jack guy. So
Mm-hmm.
he has everybody in there moving fast and trying to get on his pace because he's been able to do so much and go around the world and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So who taught you the art of the suplex then?
So that was another thing. When I first started, I trying to find my moveset, what works for me. And so funny story. I know we mentioned Taz earlier in Naptown. So Naptown had this Halloween battle royal during I want to say it was October, and they said come as a wrestler while you're in this battle royal. So I chose to be Taz just because I simply like suplexing.
Mm-hmm.
So I beat Taz. All I literally did was I go in the Rumble, hit a couple of suplexes, I get tossed out. But because I did such a good job with the suplexes, and I was, everybody popped for it, thankfully. Everybody popped for it. When I got to the back, J Rose said, "From now on, you're a suplex guy." So that's where I was like, all right, you know what? Suplexes are my thing. I'm going to keep rolling with this, and it's been working for me ever since.
Go ahead, bro.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. Well, what are your thoughts on the increase in crossover between wrestling promotions and the potential for a new territory system?
That's my first time hearing of that. I feel like it's a you never know. It's like you never know what this could bring in. This could bring in some different styles. Um, I like old school stuff. I try to watch territory wrestling. I'm excited for it. That'll be cool.
Do you feel like for example, do you feel like WWE being the biggest as far as all the promotions, do you feel like they're trying to monopolize the and bring back the territory system like from back in the day?
Yeah, a little bit, but like I said, it's not necessarily tongue twister. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a bad thing, but because at the end of the day, it's a business, and sometimes that's just how business works. You gotta go and you gotta pull all these people. If they work out, they work out. If they don't, that's just how it is. So I definitely feel like they're trying to that word you used, the business.
Yeah, I hear you. So, being that you said that, how do you feel about the current landscape of wrestling? And what is one of the things you would like to change, if you could, about it?
So, and this is gonna sound really, I hope this might sound a little old school of me, but I'm not a fan of like all the dirt sheets. Like I miss the genuine joy of somebody returning and me having zero clue that they're even backstage. But nowadays it's Billy Bob's returning in 3 weeks. Samantha's on her way tonight. Like, just let me be surprised. I don't want to genuinely jump out of my seat or boo if I don't like them, but I want to genuinely react when these people come out. And now it's all over the internet a month before.
That makes sense.
That's how I felt about the AJ Lee return. Like, man, why y'all ruin it?
Yeah.
That makes sense because, like, the dirt sheets do ruin a lot of the surprises. And they even ruin the surprises when it comes to SmackDown and Monday Night Raw. Because, a lot of these dirt sheets are like people behind the scenes that actually work for the companies and whatnot. So a lot of times when they putting out their vlogs, they putting out what's going to actually happen on the show. The one thing I could say is that they do give you a warning sometimes. Like, if you don't want to know what's going to happen on SmackDown at this point in time, then you might not want to watch that dirt sheet, But yeah, it's true. Like,
Right. That's what
Go ahead.
So that's what I like about like NXT right now is that when it used to be pre-taped, I'd find out a month in advance that Leo Rush just debuted or Bobby Fischer's there, and I'm like, dang, I really would have liked to see that as it happened and not know now. But now that I know, I'll be prepared for it. But that's why I'm glad they're live now. So I'm seeing these things as they happen.
Yeah, most definitely. One more question, and I'm going to give it back to Doug. How has the wrestling world's growing presence on streaming services like Netflix and ESPN changed things for you as a performer?
As a performer, I think I touched on this earlier. It's giving them more freedom. So it's giving them more freedom to do these crazy things. It's giving me inspirations to not necessarily copy verbatim what they're doing, but think of something similar that I can do in my own way to do.
Right. Yeah. That's interesting. I think like the whole dynamic with ESPN, Netflix, and all these other streaming services, like I said before, is pretty good. I just don't like the prices. I don't like the prices. I think the price is a little bit too high, and I think they need to bring it down just a little bit. But of course, with everything booming, I don't see that happening no time soon. But I do feel like it's good for you guys because that means more TV time. You understand what I'm saying? So, and with the flourishing of promotions, that means there's more places for you to go. So this is why I say I don't agree with any promotions like unaliving. A lot of people want the unaliving of AEW. A lot of people want the unaliving of WWE. I don't want no unaliving of any promotion because at the end of the day, when these promotions are flourishing, that means there's more jobs and opportunities for you guys. So I feel like for the most part, these promotions need to keep going, keep pushing. You know what I mean? Because that means more TV time.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Go ahead, Dub.
So I know we're asking a lot of WWE questions, but we just heard the big news today of them taking their biggest show of the year to Saudi Arabia. How do you feel about that?
So personally, I'm not gonna say nothing bad about Saudi Arabia. For me, as someone that's not there yet, of course, but I just started traveling to the WrestleManias. I think I experienced my first full WrestleMania week this past year in Vegas, and I was looking forward to going next year, but because they're in Saudi Arabia, probably not happening. So I'll probably have to wait until the year after to go again. So that's really like what affects me. But other than that, I mean, it's wrestling. Like at the end of the day, it's a business. This is what they requested. All right, cool. I'll sleep there watching.
I was just telling him earlier is like one of the reasons why I didn't like it is because a lot of the indie promotions they will follow WWE to wherever they're hosting WrestleMania and they'll put on their shows around
Right.
that city. Like I know Ashe did a Las Vegas show last WrestleMania while WrestleMania was in Vegas. So now these promotions aren't going to have the opportunity to do that.
Yeah, that's the other part that really sucks about it because it's like as someone on the indies, I'm WrestleMania week, so with all these smaller promotions around, I'm trying to get on the show. That's in the surrounding area. Just getting somebody's eyesight and not just go out there just to watch. Try to go out there, while the festivities are going on to maybe get a chance on one of the smaller promotions. But yeah, unfortunately, that would not be the case next year.
Yeah, and it sucks for you guys too because I know there's a lot of eyes in whatever city they're in, whether if it's Vegas or New Orleans or wherever. Like thousands and thousands of people travel to these to watch WrestleMania, so that's the perfect
Right.
opportunity, like you said, to get eyes on you guys too. And it sucks for y'all. I don't like it personally, but that's neither here nor there. Do you have any like pre-match rituals, like eat something or anything like that?
I'm not I don't like to eat a lot before I wrestle. Um, but I'm a big music guy. I like to sneak some, like at least 2 to 3 songs in at max before I wrestle.
Who's your go-to?
Lately I've been on a NWA kick lately. Neighborhood Sniper. Um, I'll throw my theme song in there if I can. And then maybe a few more Outkast song, maybe Spooty. What's another good one? Just it's either gonna be something from NWA or Outkast.
So you're a big hip hop guy, right? So who's your Mount Rushmore of hip hop artists?
Oh, okay. Kendrick is up here. I'll just say the whole NWA group because I don't want to try to pick between Easy and Ice Cube, so I just said the whole and Dr. Dre, so I just put the entire NWA up there. I like Biggie a lot too, and then of course Outkast. Again, I'm not gonna pick between Dre and Big Boy. I just had the whole group of Outkast, and then that last one.
That's
Is that
fair.
what? Is it 4 or 5? Is it 4?
4.
It's 4. Okay, so yeah, I'll cut it off at Outkast.
I thought for sure this was gonna be an all ATL. You're gonna have Jeezy, you're gonna have T.I., you're gonna have
I'm diverse. If I had a fifth, I'd put T.I. up there.
T.I., yeah, that's the one. That's the one that I thought for sure you was gonna say.
No Ludacris, no OJ the Juice Man. No Gucci
I
man.
only got 4. I only have 4
No
outcasts.
Gucci
Hey,
man.
hey, at least he put somebody from Atlanta on there. I'm gonna keep telling this story. We interviewed Isaiah Broner from Ashe Wrestling, and I asked him the same question. He's from Detroit. He left off Eminem, and I called him out on it.
Whoa,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
yeah. So at least he put somebody from Atlanta on there with Outkast.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Outcast is mainly my if I'm out of town somewhere in music and I need some. If I need a little piece of home, I'll throw some Outcast on.
Okay, okay, okay.
Hey, I just want to throw this out there to you. Old man, my boy over there, he's a hip hop artist. Just gonna throw it out there in the universe. He, he's open to recording the theme song for you.
Yeah, he tried. He definitely he did the same thing the other night with Frontman. He put me on the spot. He put me on the spot with Frontman the other night. I was like, what was it? Wait a second here. You know what I mean?
I'd be
But
down for it.
but yeah, yeah, I've been recording music since I was 11. Like I told you, I opened up, like I've been to Atlanta before years ago. I opened up for Bone Crusher. We was at his studio. Me and my mans, we was at his studio. We performed in front of him. We gave out a project to him. I opened up for a lot of guys, man, on the East Coast too, back in the day. Now I'm kind of just like, I don't like how the industry is going. You know what I'm saying? And I'm
Yeah,
kind of I at the time when me and my peoples were like really pushing to get on, like the industry was moving, we kind of knew that it wasn't really for us, and we kind of knew that independently we'll be better off, like and
yeah,
being in front of those label execs and stuff like that. Like I kind of really wasn't with like where they wanted me to go as far as an artist, you know what I mean? Because my moral compass wasn't allowing me to like even go that route. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
I just kind of like I was like, nah, man, this ain't that ain't for me. That ain't for me. Maybe for somebody else, but that ain't for me. And I don't regret it because if you look at the landscape of how the industry is now, this is where it's at. The streaming, building
Yep.
your own base, and then fronting your own music by yourself. This is where it's at. You making the most bread off of doing this. So I know I didn't make a poor choice. You know what I mean? I got my monetization and everything with my music on my own. Like I didn't have to have the backing. You know what I mean? I just kept pushing my stuff out. You know what I mean? And finally it happened. So I'm much like you guys, an independent contractor, I'm putting my stuff out there where it is. But yeah, any wrestler, if you know any wrestlers that need some themes done, look, I'll put some tracks out so that people can hear. Like I can really put words
Absolutely.
together. I'm no joke. Like I'm not even trying to, you know what I mean, boast myself or whatever. But I'm confident in my abilities. You know what I mean? So yeah,
Hopefully
just
we can work something out.
okay. All right, just let me know. Let us know.
All you gotta do is throw it out there, man. All you gotta do is throw it out there.
Yeah, he shot out. I do this one for you. I send you a few freestyles that I've done over recently, and then you tell me what you think. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? And then like whatever anybody want, you just go from there. You know what I'm saying?
Copy that.
Yeah. Anyway, let me ask you this question. So, storylines and character development. Where do you see yourself at?
So I'm really just starting to like really find myself. Really starting to get more into the suplexes. One of my monikers is the Dirty South Suplex Machine. I brought it up earlier, but that was another thing that that night I was talking about the Rumble with Taz and J Rose. He started calling me the Deep South Suplex Machine. and that stuck with me. However, me personally, being from the South, to me, deep South is Florida, like down deep Florida. So that's when I changed it to the Dirty South Suplex Machine. So I'm finding my step with that as far as my character, and then I'm just as far as story. I'm really learning to put the correct pieces together and really understand stuff, and not just do things just to do it. Make them have a meaning, or what's the payoff, or where do we go from here, type deal.
That's what's up. That's what's up. You know, so speaking of character development, so did you have any like mentorship as far as your character or where you was going to take it, like as far as a heel or a face or anything like that? Like who gave you the best advice?
Um, I would have to say Alex has probably been Alex, and of course my trainer Fox. But more so Alex in the sense of making my suplexes matter, because when I wrestled him at the last show I'm at now, DWA, the last show I wrestled him last month, and when we were putting the match together, he was saying, "Oh, why are you doing all this? So early. What? You don't need to do all that. You need to do it this way." And this wasn't him bashing me. He was just trying to help it make sense for myself and my character. So, like I said, So I'm just not out there just hitting moves just to hit moves, make it matter.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of wrestlers say that, you know what I mean? Not to just hit the move, like make the move matter, add some pizzazz to it, some feeling, some
Right.
emotion. So yeah, I get it. If you watch the Randy Orton, for example, do an RKO. You know the RKO's coming when he starts pounding the mat. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He starts slithering like a snake. And then you see him stand up, and then he's doing like the snake movement, like a snake would just be like this, and then boom, he hits you with it. You know what I mean? So I feel like that makes sense. That means a lot, because you're adding a little bit of story into that move before you actually hit the
Right.
move. Just hitting the move it's kind of like lackluster.
Anybody
Like
can hit the move.
yeah, exactly. Even like Stone Cold. Stone Cold, the move was coming. Stone Cold give you the middle fingers, kick you in the stomach, then
Hmm.
boom, stunner. You know what I mean?
And everybody loved it.
Definitely. So like, Cody Rhodes, same thing. He starts hitting his face. He's like this. He's amping himself up, and then all of a sudden it's a
Hmm.
Cody cutter. Then next thing you know, it's a crossroads. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I get
Right.
it. I get it. So let me ask you this. So what is the signal for when you about to do your finishing move? Like
Straps
how does
down.
anybody know that finishing move is coming?
When the straps goes down, it's over.
Okay.
Because that's one
Okay.
of those things where I started to get my repetition with doing the straps down in front of like the same crowd. So that's either pre or post suplex, depending on how I'm feeling. But either pre or post suplex, straps down. So I think recently I started like putting my straps back up, reloading the gun, and then taking the straps down again just to get a second wind.
Yeah. I think the strap down thing was made famous with Taz and Kurt Angle. Taz and Kurt Angle used to do that a lot. When the straps was coming down from Kurt Angle, it was a done deal. It was
Hmm.
Angle
Did,
Slam was coming.
didn't Scott do
When
that
I
in
was younger,
WCW?
Yeah, Scott Steiner did do it too. You're right. You absolutely. Matter of fact, why didn't I mention Scott Steiner? If we really trying to go back, Scott Steiner is one of the grandfathers. If not, he is the grandfather of the suplexes before Taz.
yeah,
I don't know why.
actually, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I forgot about Scott Steiner. Yeah, him and his brother actually. His brother
Rick,
had a crazy clothesline. That lariat was nasty, like
Stiff.
it's real stiff. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, man. Good looking out, Dub. Cause like I was like, yeah, man. There's a lot more people. That's like, yeah, for sure.
what is your favorite suplex to do? There's a whole variety of them.
So my top two right now, I would say like 1A and 1B are German and Saito.
Ooh, that's that one that Cross did right before he hit you with the cross jacket.
But lately, I've been like, I'll yell out Saito as lift them in the air, and that's another thing that's started to somewhat catch on. I got to get some more reps with it, but it's starting to catch on just a little bit.
We're gonna start calling you the human suplex machine.
I wouldn't be mad at it.
But you better go ask Taz first.
Taz is retired. Taz is retired. He's sitting behind a desk talking. Taz don't need it no more.
But he might send Hook after, so.
Yeah, you might send Hook. You might see the emblem in the sky. He might come up and show up. Once you see Action,
don't want that smoke.
Once you hear Action Bronson's voice, and then he start coming out.
I'll be just hearing, you don't even know me. If someone hears Action Bronson, then I'm finding the air.
Go ahead, Travis. Tell him Hook don't want that smoke.
Hook, if you just happen to see this, I would love to tag team with you. I can suplex one guy to you. You suplex one guy to me. When the Mac Taz get in the ring, we all, go have a drink of water or, whatever afterwards,
He trying to stir the pot. Dub trying to stir the pot, and you being political. He was like, hey, listen, I just want to tag with the guy.
I'll throw on some shorts. If you're gonna throw on a singlet, that's cool too. Either one works.
Hey, he ain't falling for it like Frontman was.
Nah, he ain't falling for the bait. He's like, nah, B. I'm a politician. This one out. Nah, B. You ain't gonna ruin my plate. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah. Oh yeah, that laugh.
that ricochet.
The evil laugh.
Yeah, that's funny.
He did that. He did that. What's today? Friday. So he did that on Wednesday. I about lost it.
Yeah.
It's starting to catch on with me.
Yeah, he took Jadakiss's laugh and remixed it. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what he did. If you notice, a lot of wrestlers, I'm pretty sure you've seen this. A lot of wrestlers take stuff from hip hop and flip it. John Cena, who used to do that? Tony Ayo used to do that. You know what I mean? In the
greatest
video.
of all time.
Yeah, John Cena, he do this. So he got that from Tony Ayo. He's even said that he got it from Tony Ayo. He was on I forgot what show John
Jimmy
Cena.
Kimmel.
Exactly. Yeah, he was on Jimmy Kimmel, and he was because John Cena is a hip hop head. So he was on Jimmy Kimmel, and he spoke about borrowing that from Tony Ayo, and even Tony Ayo made reference to it on one podcast. He even said that John Cena does that, in a wrestling ring. So, yeah.
Back up. So John Cena is your GOAT?
Absolutely.
So what makes him the GOAT?
So theme song, the way, so the at the end of the day, what we're trying to do is connect with the crowd and get the crowd to believe what we're doing in the ring. And I feel like John Cena has been the best at making the crowd feel something. Not to mention, I love the AA.
You remember what he used to call his submission move?
Yes, and I got in trouble a lot in school. So I think a couple of times I might have wrote it like on one of my little Manila folders in school, and I almost got in trouble for it. And I think it was the shirt he had with Ruck Fools. I had put that on one of my little Manila folders, but my teacher saw it and threw it away, and I got in trouble.
That's funny.
That's it's crazy the kind of stuff that we used to do in school to get in trouble. Like I know back in my day, I don't know about his day because he's old, but back in my day,
Oh man.
doing the D
That's another one.
doing the DX chop. You get
Yeah.
in trouble all the time for the DX chop.
Yeah,
I
I
almost got in
remember
trouble for some of those too.
I got in trouble for 3D and one of my friends through the choir table in choir
Bro,
practice.
what?
Yeah. Yo, we was having a rumble, right?
Oh.
We was all of us having it because we all was wrestling fans, so we was having a rumble. And
Yeah.
my boy was like, he's like, get the tables. I set up the table and everything, and then the dude come running, and then we caught him in the middle. We was like, boom! Table just went snap right, yo,
Oh.
You actually
yo,
did the move.
yeah, we did the 3D. We put
Oh, I
You
know that
moved it.
hurt.
They put it through the table. It was one of them soft tables though, so it ain't really do nothing. The table was like half broke anyway, so we just finished the table off. That's basically what we did. So so
Oh.
we was like ooh. So we grabbed the table. We grabbed the table. We
Ouch.
opened up the exit door. We tossed it out the exit door. And then another kid went to the back. Went to the back and threw it in the dumpster. So nobody seen the table. So it was
You was
like,
bad in school.
yo, man, we was
Teamwork.
tripping. We was tripping, man. We was bugging out.
You ever, speaking of tables, you ever participate in a death match?
So deathmatch, no. However, I have gone through a door. I have had it was a power bomb foot stomp tag team match. I was being held in the power bomb hold while dude was coming off the top rope in a foot stomp, and I had barbed wire wrapped around me. That hurt. While also going through a door. I've been hit with a steel chair that made my elbow swell up. That hurt. I think those are the only weapons I've taken so far. I'm not declining death matches. However, I feel like me personally, I got to work up to that because I respect it, all of it, but I got to work up to that because I like my face a lot, and I don't want it to get scarred up.
Hey, listen. You see Devon's forehead? You ever?
Yeah, man, that's I don't want that.
That's nasty work.
Respect to
Yeah.
you, but I don't want that.
And New Jack got a few scars on his forehead too. Rest in peace, New Jack. He got a
Yeah,
lot
I
of
was about to say
scars.
him.
New Jack got a lot of scars too, man. Like the Dudley Boys used to get into some gruesome matches back in the ECW days. I was like, man,
Yeah.
setting the tables on fire and then going through the tables. I remember when they put Spike Dudley through a table. Spike Dudley used to take a lot of hard bumps. Like I was like, great. And speaking of bumps, you said you got hit with a chair a few times or whatever. So what was the hardest one you have taken? Hardest bump?
Oh, I'll have to say though, might have been the one I took tonight. It wasn't the top one, but it was up there. I took a black hole slam and big dude, tall dude, Warden. So I'm up in the air for quite some time, and it's that sudden stop that made me like tense up. But at the same time, I'm glad because it was over after that, and so I could have a sigh of relief and recover from not dying. But that black hole slam was, I thought the door would hurt, but it didn't hurt as much. It still hurt a little bit, but not as much as I thought it would be, just because I got a strong back.
So this match that you just previously had, is it going to be out on YouTube?
It is on the DWA's YouTube channel, Dynamic Wrestling Association.
Okay.
It's got
So we
Bruised and Infused 6.
so we definitely gonna check it out. We're gonna watch and everything. Yeah. Go ahead, Doug.
You mentioned John, not really the GOAT, Cena, as your GOAT. So you got John Cena, 3 more to complete your Mount Rushmore of professional wrestling.
Cena, Eddie Guerrero, to be specific. RVD's up there. It's a hard tie between Orton. Actually, you know what? No. I'm going to give Taz that last spot.
Shout out to Taz getting on the GOAT list. Not very many people put Taz on.
Yeah, I feel like Taz deserves a lot more credit.
Absolutely. If I had a fifth, I'd put Kurt up there.
Yeah, Taz deserves a lot more credit because I feel like between Taz and the Rick and Scott, they kind of revolutionized the whole suplex thing. Your screen went black.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry.
There you go. Yeah, they kind of revolutionized.
People don't put enough respect on my boy Mr. Perfect's name, man.
Oh, he's another. Oh,
man, yeah.
He's okay. If I had six through 10, I'd put Mr. Perfect. If there were 10 spots, I'm at Rushmore. Mr. Perfect.
Okay, so let's
Randy
do this.
Savage.
Name your top 10.
Okay, so those 5 included Mr. Perfect. I'm gonna throw Bryan Danielson in there. Randy Savage, just because he was one of the first. How do I want to say this? He was one of the first, over the top wrestlers that I saw. With the robes and flying off the elbow and the voice and all that. That's what really brought me into Randy Savage and looking back at the era of wrestling. How many spots do I have left? I'll throw Taz. Not Taz. I already said Taz. I'll throw Shawn Michaels in that conversation also.
That's the real GOAT.
He's up there. If I have another spot, Brett.
That's GOAT number 2.
Sure. So we winding down to the last few questions because I know you got a busy schedule, so we don't want to keep you too much longer. So we winding down to the last few questions. So I got some fan questions that fans would like to ask you. So first fan question is, how do you deal with the intense scrutiny and feedback from fans on social media in 2025?
I bypass it. I'm in the ring. That's just, I know it's kind of harsh to say, but at the same time, it's yes, I appreciate that you watch and look at whatever it is that I did. However, like I said, I'm the one in the ring, so it's I'm doing the moves. I'm hitting the canvas. I'm going through XYZ, insert object here. So that's how I look at it. They're just words.
Yeah, I understand that.
I want to ask him this real quick. He brought up the stuff with fans and stuff like that. How do you deal with hecklers?
Hecklers are fun. I guess to a certain extent, to where they try to go overboard. Thankfully, I haven't been in that situation yet. Knock on wood. But hecklers, they add fuel to the fire. If I'm a heel, I like to go back and forth with them. All right, we're your mother's insert word, or if I'm the or if I'm the baby face, I use that energy to all right, now I'm finna, because I can't lay my hands on you, I'm gonna take it out on him. Suplex, you can have a little extra juice on it because of that guy right there.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever had a fan try to? Because I know we all know about this Raja Jackson situation and stuff Before I go there, what was your reaction to that Raja Jackson Psycho Stu thing?
So because I guess it all came out that they were trying to have it be a part of the show and it backfired. I'm not really big, just in general. I'm not really big on like outside people coming in, with like no prior. All they did was just watch it on TV, no prior training or none of that. So with that being said, I feel like that was just a gamble that didn't pay off for them well. And
Hey,
I really hope that. I'm sorry.
not to cut you off. I just want to plug you into something real quick. One of our good friends, Mr. Allen, who runs a promotion, he's trying to ask what promotion you wrestle for. So can you tell him, because he's watching right now?
So I'm based out of Atlanta, mainly at the WWE 4. I go to Huntsville a few times, New South Pro Wrestling, Indiana, Naptown All Pro. I'll be at Primal Rage this Sunday in San Diego. Other than that, those are my main places.
Okay, yeah. I just wanted to plug you in because you never know, that could be an opportunity because he runs a promotion. And Jordan Holt, one of our good friends, Jordan Holt, said, "What's up?" You know Jordan Holt?
Oh, Jordan, what's up?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good friends with Jordan Holt. I saw him when I made that trip to Ashe. I knew him before Ashe, but I finally met him in person when I went to Ashe 2 years ago.
Yeah. Joe Holt's a very good brother. Go ahead. I just wanted to plug you in real quick, so go ahead, bro.
Hold on, where Jordan watching at? Is he watching on YouTube?
He's watching on YouTube. Like I could.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, I could see it from my screen, but you guys can't see it. But unless y'all go onto YouTube and go to the Ring Ropes and Turnbuckle page, then you can see it. But I could see it from my end. Yeah, but yeah.
Hey, this is for Jordan. I know y'all got that win, but this is for you.
You know what we talking about, right? You know what we talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about. The nigga's hilarious. I was dying laughing when I heard that the first time.
Yeah. Jordan don't like this laugh neither. The Shao Kahn laugh. He don't like it.
Dang, no, they don't drive my boy Jordan like that.
Nah, that's Jordan, our guy.
Jordan's a homie, man. He locks in with us. He locks in with us on Instagram, on YouTube, and all kinds of stuff. So yeah, Jordan, that's our boy right there.
Yeah. Him and Zay Vega, man. There's some funny guys, man. We had a good conversation with them on the show. Shout out to Ugly Gang, yeah, man. For sure, man.
Hey, if y'all, I know y'all just got Caprice Coleman's son in the Ugly Gang. If y'all need a fourth, we got Travis right here.
Yeah.
Hey. I'm only 2 states away.
Hey, yeah. Yeah.
But what's your Waffle House order? Let's do that one.
Yeah, I don't know. Malcolm was here. Shout out Muscle Man Malcolm. I met him for the first time in Philly too last year. I'm sorry, not Philly, Vegas.
Okay.
My Waffle House order. I love a good waffle, blueberry if I can, Texas bacon patty melt, side order a sausage if I can too, orange juice, scrambled eggs with cheese, and that completes my Waffle House order. And if I can, maybe a T-bone.
Ooh. What is your favorite cheat meal? Let's say you just got out of this grueling match, and now I'm hungry. What is your go-to?
Chicken wings.
What flavor?
10 pieces of them to be specific. Lemon pepper, man. Come on now. What are we? Come on now.
Hold on. Lemon pepper from where?
Oh, we're getting real specific now. It's a lot of good spots. Wings and Burger Factory, they're a good spot. Touchdown Wings, both of them are close to me, close to my house. So, it's mainly them. There's another one in the city called BTJ's. They're very good. It's about a lot of people assume that because we're Atlanta, it's we love wings down here, that we always go to American Deli. Just not me. American Deli has like that's a nostalgia. Those are nostalgia wings. But yeah, either those three. JR Crickets are also good.
See, I thought for sure with you being in Atlanta, you was gonna name that one place.
We're talking about Wingstop.
No.
Mm, oh, that place.
Yeah, that place.
What's crazy is What's crazy is I have never been. I drive past it often, but I'm never in there. I've never gone. One day I will, but I have yet to go in there.
I hear the lemon pepper wings are good, according to a few celebrities out there.
Listen, I might have to make a trip in there just to get wings, and then I'll get out.
Whatever you do is whatever you do, sir.
I'll peek while I'm waiting on my food, and then as soon as I get my food, all right, I'm out.
Oh man, oh man. I've been to Atlanta a few times, but never been there.
One day.
I can't go anyway. If you weren't wrestling, what would you be doing?
So music maybe because I have a big family history with music. All my brothers and sisters play instruments / sing. My oldest brother Ryan Kilgore, he's been on tour with Stevie Wonder quite a few times. I think his first one was in 2008. They went to Japan coincidentally. We talked about Japan earlier, but they went to Japan. So I feel like if I weren't wrestling, I'd be doing something music related.
Stevie Wonder, that's big time right there.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
That's Black history right there.
Yeah,
Like
sure.
he's a big reason why I love Stevie now.
That's what's up.
Oh yeah. I got one more left, but I always close out with this last question. So what's one thing fans would be surprised to learn about Travis 3000?
One thing. A lot of people are like surprised that I'm a church kid. Not that I look like a thug or anything like that, but it's just it's like sometimes I like to bring up, I like just the way I'm like motivated. The way I stay motivated a lot. A lot of that comes from church. So a lot of people are, I sometimes if I'm show is on a Sunday, I'll pull up in a whatever I wore to church and in shirt and tie, and they call me Pastor Travis. I enjoy it sometimes, but a lot of people are surprised with my church background.
I mean, that's not really all that surprising. And I say that because if you're from the South and you're Black, you grew up in church, whether if Sunday, you got the main service. Wednesday, you got Bible study.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in if you're a choir, you probably had choir practice on Thursday, and then if you was on the usher board, you was doing that on
Yep.
Friday, and then deacons meet on Saturday. So, I mean, that's to me that's not surprising because that's how I was.
So okay, so I guess maybe we could pull a surprising fact out of that. At one point, I was an usher. When I was younger, maybe 14, 15, I was on the junior usher board.
That's crazy because I was too.
It was fun standing at the back door, just letting people going to take gum out of people's mouths, stop chewing, wake up. It was fun.
Yeah, walking the pastor up to the offer to the altar. Yeah,
No, they left that for the deacons. I couldn't do that. They left that for the deacons.
really, because they let the church I went to, it was the ushers that walked the pastor up to the altar. That's crazy. Makes sense though.
Yeah, it. Mhm.
Bars, you got anything else before I ask that last question?
All right. So let me ask you this question because you talked about Primal Rage. You're making your California debut at Primal Rage against Yasin Khan on September 14th. What are your expectations for the new territory?
Do something in a positive way, hopefully. Do something that just makes them not forget who I am the next Sunday or even the day after that. Like, do something that makes them say, you know what, I want to see that guy back here. Or you know what, I want to see, next month or next year or whatever it is.
That's what's up. And this is a two-part question. So the other part of the question is you're traveling from Georgia for this match. What are some of the differences you've noticed in wrestling cultures traveling across the country?
It's a lot of different styles everywhere. It's not as much in the Northeast, or I'll say the North, because I've got the chance to wrestle in New York last year. It's not a lot of tag teams up there. It's more, I feel like tag teams are more of a Southern thing.
Okay.
I would somewhat say that same thing about Indianapolis, but it's a mix.
Okay, sure. Go ahead, Dub.
Oh, you said your phone's dying. Okay.
No,
I was looking
we're
at
good.
the message. Okay. Well, I typically close the show out with this question. So before I ask that question, is there anything that you would like to plug in before we hop off here?
Me and my group, Fade Area Militia, we do have our own t-shirt shop, Shopify, fadearea.com. All of our merchandise is there. I'm also on Pro Wrestling Tees. Instagram, it's Travis3000. Twitter is the same thing. It's Travis3000. And just stay positive.
Yeah, make sure you send us all those links on Instagram so we can support you.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Without further ado, if you could see anybody on Ring Ropes and Turnbuckle podcast, who would that be? But you have to help us get this person on the show.
Oh, absolutely. I would love to see my again plugging my tag team in again. Jay Tyler, Eddie Hendricks, GJ Bruner, my three tag team partners, Dante Darko, Teriyaki. It's a good list of people that I can send y'all if need be.
Yeah, shoot it if you can. I know you, because it was me that you've mainly been talking to on Instagram and email and stuff like that. So if they have emails or any contact information that I can get a hold of them with, yeah, shoot all that over there to me on Instagram, and I'll get it written down and I'll get a message sent out to see if they want to join.
Absolutely.
Well, that's all I have for you, sir. I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule, come up here and having a conversation with us. It was fun. And if we can get interviews with all your tag team partners at some point, as long as Old Man River over here is okay with it, I would like to get y'all's entire group up here at the same time.
Absolutely, we can definitely coordinate that. A lot of the times we'll be booked on the same shows together, or if we're not booked, we're still show up for one another. So we're with each other a lot of times, so we can make that happen.
Yeah. If that's possible, then yeah, we could do it.
10-4.
All right. So with that being said, you see the brother right here, Travis 3000, our special guest. So with that being said, it's the insightful Scott Bars Wrestling Media. And your boy, the dynamic Salute, Darkwing Dub. This is Ring Ropes and Turnbuckle Podcast. We'll be back with another one. Sayonara.
Thank y'all.
podcast, scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, they are the Internet Podcast.